The View hosts call Golden Bachelor Mel Owens a dog. July 23, 2025. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation News fans. The controversy surrounding the new Golden Bachelor, Mel Owens, has reached The View. During a Hot Topics segment this week, the hosts addressed the scandal head-on. Keep reading to find out why they dubbed Mel Owens a dog. The View hosts discuss Golden Bachelor controversy, call Mel Owens a dog. The second season of The Golden Bachelor premieres on ABC on September 24. There was speculation earlier this month that the network had fired Mel Owens as the lead after his controversial comments about women resurfaced. The former NFL player was announced as the lead for Season 2 in May. Fans of the franchise were happy the show was getting another chance after Jerry Turner's first season ended in a shocking divorce. But in his first public comments after the casting announcement, Mel Owens, 66, recounted a discussion with the producers about his casting preferences for the woman vying to be his wife. He said that he preferred to date women between the ages of 45 and 60. The entire premise of The Golden Bachelor is to give seniors a second chance at love later in life. The first season had a mix of women between the ages of 60 and 75. He also said that he didn't want any women with wigs or artificial hips, preferring instead athletic and fit women. Once the comments went viral, fans of the franchise threatened to boycott if Mel Owens wasn't fired. However, ABC didn't bow to the pressure, and the second season reportedly started filming this week. The co-hosts of The View found his ageist comments to be vile. Joy Behar theorized that men prefer to date younger women to make them feel like they'll live forever. Alyssa Farah Griffin was less kind, comparing Mel Owens to a dot. She said, "It sounds like a man can be a dog at 66 as well as in his 20s. 45-60? That's your only range? He's 66. What's wrong with that?" Whoopi Goldberg collapses on table during discussion. As moderator, Whoopi Goldberg brought the topic to the table, but tired of it quickly. While the other co-hosts debated the topic, she pretended to take a nap. The actress dramatically collapsed on the table and let the other ladies argue over Mel Owens. But she was awake enough to send a scathing message to the Golden Bachelor star. She said, "I think somebody who played in the NFL should not be talking about what he doesn't want, because you've been hit enough, your body's beat to poop." They have a history of hating the show. A few other ABC shows like Good Morning America and Live with Kelly and Mark often promote the Bachelor Nation shows. Hopefully, Mel Owens isn't scheduled for an appearance on The View during his promotional tour when the show premieres in September. New Golden Bachelor's controversial age cutoff. The View co-hosts question if it's okay to have age parameters in dating after the new Golden Bachelor, who is 66 years old, said that his preference is women 45 to 60 years old. It's not just Mel Owens that the co-hosts have a problem with. Several of the co-hosts spoke out about their dislike of the Golden Bachelor spin-off during the first season. Share your reaction to Mel Owens' controversial age limit in the comments.
Call Golden Bachelor Mel Owens a dog, the comment that shook daytime TV. When daytime and primetime collide. When Mel Owens stepped onto the Golden Bachelor stage, few could have predicted the impact he would have, not just on the hearts of America's most devoted reality TV viewers, but on the women who opened up their lives for a second chance at love. Charming, athletic, a little smug but effortlessly confident, Mel quickly became the season's most talked-about man. But when the former NFL linebacker turned reality Romeo made headlines for his treatment of several fan-favorite women during the season finale, The View's ladies had a lot to say, and they didn't hold back. And one particular word, dog, sent daytime television and Bachelor Nation into an absolute frenzy. Mel Owens, America's late-life heartthrob. Mel Owens was the unexpected breakout star of the second season of The Golden Bachelor. At 65, with salt and pepper hair, a sparkling smile, and the kind of muscular frame only an ex-professional athlete could maintain, Mel became the fantasy of widowed grandmothers and divorced boomers everywhere. He was warm and funny, but also strategic. Some fans adored his emotional maturity. Others raised red flags early on, pointing out how Mel seemed to whisper the exact same sweet nothings to every woman. But Mel wasn't about to slow down. By the time Fantasy Suites rolled around, Mel had narrowed the field down to Trina, a witty art teacher from Vermont, and Carol, a fiery, retired lawyer from Houston. He spent the nights with both. He told both he was falling in love. He said to producers, "I've never felt this alive since leaving the league." But by the finale, only Carol remained. Trina was left in tears, blindsided. And Mel's reasoning? Trina's just not passionate enough. The interview heard round the world. On the Monday following the finale, The View, a panel made up of Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, Sarah Haynes, and Alyssa Farah Griffin, sat down to dissect the week's biggest news stories. At the top of their rundown, the Golden Bachelor finale. Joy wasted no time. "Can I just say it?" she said, adjusting her reading glasses. "Mel Owens is a dog. There, I said it." The audience gasped, then cheered. Whoopi laughed but shook her head. "Joy, you're gonna get us in trouble." But Joy wasn't backing down. He led Trina on. He spent the night with her, told her he loved her, then sent her home like she was yesterday's leftovers. "What do you call a man like that, Whoopi?" Sarah chimed in. "Honestly, I was cringing watching it. He played them. You could see it. It felt dishonest." Sunny leaned forward, serious as always. "It's not just about the love triangle. It's how casual he was about hurting her. It's a pattern with men like this." That's when Alyssa added the final punch. "This is exactly why some women don't trust older men dating again, because they pretend to be mature. But Mel was playing a game, and he won. But at what cost?" Bachelor Nation reacts. As clips of the View segment went viral, Bachelor Nation erupted. The hashtag #MelTheDog trended on Twitter within hours. Memes popped up showing Mel's face on actual dogs. Reddit threads dissected every moment of the finale. TikTok influencers reenacted the scene where Trina got dumped, some using their pets for comic relief. But not everyone agreed with the View's take. Some fans called the hosts bitter and said they were overreacting to a normal part of the show. Others questioned whether the word dog was too harsh for a man simply navigating a dating reality show. Mel's supporters pointed out that Trina and Carol both knew what they were signing up for, and that he never promised anyone anything. But others fired back. "He didn't have to say the words, he implied them. That's worse." Former contestants like Faith Martin, Susan Knowles, and even Theresa Nist, Jerry Turner's ex-fiancée, chimed in too. Faith posted a TikTok with her dog, captioned, "Mel, we need to talk. #rough. Susan tweeted, "When you play with hearts, don't be surprised when people call you out. Proud of At The View for saying it like it is." And Theresa? She simply posted, "Seen it, lived it, felt it. #GoldenDog. Mel responds, sort of. By midweek, the backlash reached such a fever pitch that Mel Owens released a brief video message on Instagram. "I've seen the headlines," he began. "I've heard what was said about me on The View. Look, I went on the show to find love, and I followed my heart. Not everyone will agree with my choices, but I never intended to hurt anyone. That's not who I am." But viewers weren't satisfied. One commenter wrote, "If you didn't want to hurt anyone, maybe don't take 2 women to the fantasy suites and tell them both you love them." Another said, "This isn't football, Mel. You don't get to throw people away when the play doesn't work." Carol, meanwhile, was noticeably absent from the conversation. No joint posts with Mel, no gushing interviews, no couple photos. Rumors quickly circulated that she had already left him, just 2 weeks after the finale aired. A tense reunion on live TV. Producers couldn't have planned it better. The women of The View invited Mel Owens to appear on the show just days after the viral backlash. And to everyone's surprise, he said yes. "I want to clear the air," he told producers. The morning of the taping, ratings soared. Audiences across the country tuned in for what was billed as a must-see confrontation. Joy opened with her signature sass. "So, Mel, are you here to bark or to listen?" Mel chuckled, nervously. "I'm here to talk like grown-ups." Whoopi tried to mediate, but the tension was thick. Sunny asked, Do you understand why women, especially women of a certain age, felt betrayed by your actions? Mel leaned in. I get it now. Watching it back, I didn't handle things the best way. But in the moment, I really did have feelings for both women. That's what made it so complicated. Sarah pressed further. But don't you think it was manipulative to tell both of them the same things, privately, and then dump one with almost no explanation? Mel nodded. I didn't realize how it came off until I saw it. Joy raised an eyebrow. So now that you've seen it, do you still think you deserve love? Mel looked her in the eye. Yes, because I'm human. I make mistakes, and I want to do better. The moment was raw, surprisingly vulnerable. The audience gave a scattered applause. Joy, for once, looked almost impressed. All right, she said. Maybe you're not a full dog. Maybe just a puppy in training. Carol breaks her silence. That Friday, Carol appeared on Good Morning America. Sitting beside host Robin Roberts, she was poised but visibly emotional. I gave Mel my whole heart, she said, but after the camera stopped rolling, I started to see a different man. Robin asked if she was still with him. No, Carol said firmly. We ended it a week after the finale aired. I found out he had been messaging someone he met before filming. He claimed it was innocent, but I couldn't take any more games. Carol confirmed she had seen the View segment. They weren't wrong. Mel was acting like a dog. And the worst part, he didn't even realize it. Redemption or ruin. Following the week's media whirlwind, Mel's future in Bachelor Nation was uncertain. Rumors swirled that he was in talks for his own podcast, Lessons from a Golden Bachelor. Others claimed he was being courted for Bachelor in Paradise Senior Edition, slated to premiere next summer. ABC executives were reportedly divided. Some wanted to distance the brand from Mel's controversial arc. Others believed there's no such thing as bad publicity. Meanwhile, Joy Behar's dog comment was turned into merchandise. Mugs, shirts, even a stuffed golden retriever toy labeled Mel. Proceeds went to women's shelters, according to a cheeky statement from Joy. Since Mel made a mess, I thought he could at least help clean it up. The final rose of reflection. Months later, Mel sat down with Oprah Winfrey for a quiet, introspective one-on-one interview filmed at a serene California vineyard. He talked about his marriage, he'd been widowed, about the loneliness that brought him to the show, and about the whirlwind that followed. Oprah asked the hard question. If you could say one thing to Trina, what would it be? Mel looked down. I'm sorry. You didn't deserve how I handled it. I got swept up in the show and forgot the hearts involved were real. Trina, watching from home, posted later on Instagram. It's never too late to grow. I forgive him, but I won't forget. What we learned from the dog. In the months that followed, the View hosts revisited the moment in a special Year in Review segment. Joy doubled down on her word choice. I meant it. I still do. Sunny nodded. We weren't tearing him down. We were asking for accountability. Sarah smiled. Sometimes calling someone a dog wakes them up. And maybe, in this case, it worked. Whether you loved him, hated him, or just watched with whine and disbelief, Mel Owens left his paw print on pop culture. And for once, the rose didn't go to the charmer, but the truth.